Hello everybody and welcome back to another post-commentary video on a War Thunder replay. Today we're not going to be looking at one of my games, but we're going to be looking at a submission from one of you guys, namely ParrotBird in his Panther A. Before we get into the replay though, I want to just let you guys know that any of you who want to are free to submit replays if you'd like me to potentially cover them. All you have to do is go into the description and find the Discord link, join that Discord, and go to the submissions channel of the Discord. If you can't find it, the mods will help you. And you have to place the War Thunder replay file into there. It's very handy if you also include a post-battle results screen if you have it, or at least let me know what happens in the battle so that I can kind of gauge whether I think it's worth looking into or not. But nonetheless, we're going to be watching ParrotBird today. When he posted this replay, I believe he said something along the lines of how many kills he got, as well as the fact that he will be getting a nuke. And this is a very, very short battle, as I'm sure you can tell by how long this video is, as he's having a little bit of fun with this Panther D here, who seems to have been going full speed directly into his ass for whatever reason. You know, teammates. They're more useful on the enemy team than on your own team most of the time, from my experience. So, Parrot is in, I believe this is a 6.3 game. It's at least a 6.0 game since that's the minimum. Maybe it's a 6.7. I would have to look at the lineups, but I don't know what the minimum BR for a nuke is. It's somewhere in that range. It's probably around 6.3, 6.7. But Parrot is going to make short work of the enemies, regardless of the fact that he is in an up tier, because the Panther D, or Panther A rather, is a very fair and balanced vehicle at 5.7, and it definitely deserves to be here, alongside things such as the Easy 8, the T-3485. Well, I guess the 75 Jumbo is technically a 5.3, but yeah, keep in mind the Panther D and Tiger 1E, or Tiger 1H1, are also at 5.3, because Germany. But, yeah, that's, you know, it's just War Thunder balance for you. Yes, it is a 6.7 game, as we can see the M6A2 over there. Although, keep in mind, he couldn't actually see these. This is a realistic battle, but the replays, for whatever reason, don't let you hide the markers of enemy vehicles. As he plants one directly into the upper front plate of that Jumbo. You know, a 5.3 heavy tank being killed by a 5.7 medium tank through the upper front plate, as things should be, really. Comes around the corner, and now on his 5th kill already, that's an ace, with the STR V74, which I honestly never really cared for that vehicle. To me, it feels like a shit version of the Bulldog, but that's just me. I know some people probably enjoy it, but I never really cared for it. I don't think I actually finished spading that thing even. So that's probably part of it, but yeah, armor's not great. I feel like it's just over-tiered. But yeah, as you can see, Parrot's not about to drive around the corner into that M6, although he hears the M51 fire. Very brave move there to push out, because I think that M6 could have seen him, but I guess maybe not at the angle he came out at. Pretty lucky there. But now up to 6 kills, and doing a track repair. And I've been revisiting the Panther A myself a bit. I have this thing aced from back when I used to do squadron battles, and good lord, this thing is... It's just stupid how good it is. When you're hull down, you might as well be in a heavy tank with how well armored the turret can be. As he plants one into the fully up, or 6.7 vehicle, so a full BR above him, just one-shots him, you know, as you do. And I do realize that there are plenty of examples of lower-tiered vehicles which can kill higher-tiered vehicles, but the point I'm making is just that the Panther A is by far better performing than most other 5.7s in the game. Gets a little lucky there as the M4A3 doesn't see him until the last moment, can't get the gun onto his side, but it's not going to matter too much because he then pushes up, doesn't even think that the Panther might be off to the right side where he was driving when he last saw him. It's just... I swear, War Thunder players, when you drive out of their line of sight, you just cease to exist. They don't have object permanence. I've had so many experiences where that happens, where you'll be like behind a hill, for example. You pop up, shoot out someone's breach, maybe get one of their crew members. You pull back behind the hill. And then, logically, the enemy should be thinking, okay, someone just shot me from there. I know roughly where he is. Let's not peek up in the same spot. But instead, they just go, oh, well, I don't see him over there. He must be gone now. And they pop up again, and then you can just drive forward and shoot him in the same spot and kill them. It's just... it boggles the mind sometimes. But as we can see, Parrot is now capping the A point here. He's able to kill the completely oblivious T-34 as he's reloading to kill the completely oblivious M51, but M51 dies just before he can get him. Comes around the corner, kills that poor M4A2, which didn't even stand a chance. And he is now going to J out because he has gotten 11 kills, 2 caps, and that means it's time for a nuke. Sorry about the cursor up in the corner. I was planning to pause the replay as I skipped ahead for purposes of recording. It's very tricky to record the in between when somebody goes from a tank to a plane, because a lot of times you'll see it pops up those the lists of the teams on the side of the screen, which I have to minimize, but for whatever reason this time it didn't. It's like 9 times out of 10 it does, but then sometimes it doesn't. The War Thunder replay system is in desperate need of a rework, but I don't think we're ever going to get one because there's so few people that actually use the replay system for things like what I'm using it here, what I'm using it for here. I know Pandramoto does use some of the features and stuff in the replay for his cinematics, but I pity him for the pain that he must have to go through to do those. As we can see, Parrot has his little sparklers going on the wings as he's bringing in the nuke. No enemy planes in sight. He's gonna get it off. And that's going to be a wrap with 2 caps, 11 kills, and only 1 death, which was, I guess you could technically count it as a suicide. Yeah, I would say that's a pretty solid match, and he does seem to do quite well in these Panther A matches because he has posted at least several different ones of him doing matches like this in the Panther A where he gets a nuke. So I wouldn't say that it's necessarily a case of Parrot not being a good player, because obviously he is fairly decent, but the Panther A definitely holds your hand to a degree. So Parrot, I would like to see you do this in a vehicle other than the Panther, so there's my challenge to you. I'm sure you can manage it, but the Panther A nuke, let's be honest, it's not exactly the most impressive thing you can manage. But yeah, well done to Parrot as we watch the nuke fade off into the distance with the B-29, and there's all the team list popping up on the side. Very beautiful, War Thunder. Thank you for doing that. I hope you guys did enjoy the video, though. If you want me to cover your replay in the future, you can do so, as we talked about earlier, by going to my Discord and posting the replay file there. So I hope if you have a good replay, you are able to do that. And if not, I'll be having more of these videos out for you soon if you just like to watch them rather than participate. But that's all I have for you today. So if you enjoyed it, please be sure to like and subscribe. And if you didn't enjoy it, let me know why in the comments down below. And yeah, that's about it. So I'll see you guys in the next one.